Hello, everybody. How's everyone tonight? Hi, Carrie.
Hi, Michelle.
Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. I'm so glad that you're all here jumping on with us. So, as you're jumping on, comment live if you're watching live, comment replay if you're watching the replay. I know that'll be a lot of you. And I know that we're also live in a couple of different places. So, if you were invited to watch this by a member of our stylist team, go ahead and tag them here now so that he or she knows that you are here. So, all right, we have. How many of you were actually with us yesterday for the reveal of our new Nature's Essence collection? Carrie, how did your customers like that event yesterday afternoon?
They loved it. They love all the new pieces. Some don't know where to start. There's so many great ones. They're not sure which to pick first. So they have multiple wish lists and they're very excited to get the new pieces.
That's what it takes. Sometimes it takes a few visits to the website before you're getting all those pieces. One of the biggest hits yesterday was probably this Scout necklace. And it's funny because yesterday I had on brown and you noticed the brown, but today I was going with the black and white look and I'm like, oh, I can actually still wear it. And I had shown how it looked great with the Ashton. So amazing, the versatility.
Yeah.
By the way, this is the last day to get these.
Oh, the March Sparkle Box.
The March Sparkle Box. And I said, oh, white earrings, white top, black and white, all about it. So if you did not catch yesterday's live where we revealed all of the new pieces from that Nature's Essence collection, make sure you comment nature below and we will link you to yesterday's live so that you can get a look not only at the jewelry, but at the job we do here and what a team event is like here in our group. You'll find that we have events like this all the time, and it's just one of the many ways that I'm able to help support the team and have big events for everyone's customers all together. So I'm guessing that we have lots more people on now. Okay, great. So let's officially go ahead and get started. My name is Michelle Zito, and I'm so excited to be here with Carrie Henze today. This is actually Carrie's first time being featured on one of our Style for Success events here on our Free Jewels chat. And Carrie actually joined us in business back in really at the turn of the new year. Mm-hmm. She had been such a great customer. She loved the jewelry. She was purchasing pretty often and finally decided that she would have a party. And then from that party, started asking questions about the business, which was great. Carrie actually is one of our team members that's direct to me. So I was the one doing her party. And I was glad she started asking because I certainly was planning on asking her based on how much she loved the jewelry and what a fantastic party she was having. And sure enough, she decided to go ahead and give the business a try because with a launch party, and this is something that we're going to talk about today. It wasn't a launch party when we started. It was just a regular party when we started it. But when you have the party and you decide you want to join, then we turn that party over to you so that when we submit it, you keep the paycheck. All the bookings from that party are yours to continue on with your business. And it was so successful that Carrie took advantage of all of that. And for the last 3 months has actually been the top seller on our team each and every, if not week, but certainly in several of those months. So what a fantastic start she has had to this business. Carrie, what made you decide that, yes, I'm going to go for it?
I think it was a combination of the conversation I had with you about first of all, I loved the jewelry and I loved the idea of being able to share that jewelry with my friends and their friends. And I loved the joy that the jewelry brought me. I loved being part of all of the exciting things that Park Lane was doing. But then when you told me what the paycheck on the party would be, plus the free jewelry would be, and that I would get to continue this on my own time in a flexible schedule making it work in my own life, I said, sign me up. This is for me. And I wish I decided to do this 10 years ago because it's one of the best jobs I've ever had.
That is so great. And the job that you recently retired from, tell everybody what that was.
So I was a school secretary for a lot of years and I absolutely loved my job, but I was relocating and I couldn't take my job with me. So I needed something that had the flexibility that I could work in the states that I was going to be living in. And Park Lane has done that for me in a million ways. And I have felt like I'm back in the work world. I'm back being a part of an amazing community. And that's what I missed the most about my job was the people that I was with. But now I have this amazing group of women and men that I work with. And I am very, very lucky.
That is so fantastic. And I definitely see even on your Facebook how, beloved you were at your job, and that community factor was definitely a big thing. And I'm so glad that you're finding our team to be such a great, not replacement, but such a great new community that,
Yes,
that you're
absolutely.
working with. Oh,
Yes.
That's so great. Yay.
Yeah. I do. I love it. I really do. And I'm very I'm very honored to be a part of your team, Michelle. So, and for those of you who don't know, this is Michelle Zito, who I'm very lucky to have as my team leader, but she's also a company vice president who's been with Park Lane for 11 years, but been in direct sales for 25. So, Michelle, why is direct sales the way to go?
Yeah, I'm sure that if you're here watching this with us tonight, then you're needing some sort of supplementary income or replacement income, and wondering like what's going to be the best method to bring that in. And the vast majority of our stylists are women, and I feel like many women often already work, right? And if you need that supplementary income, how are you going to do that? Option one becomes get another job, which means you're going to have another boss, another schedule to be beholden to, another schedule to coordinate alongside all the other things you're already doing, right? Running with the kids or taking care of your parents, or like all the other hats that you potentially wear. Unless you actually don't have a current job, in which case maybe you have the hours, but a regular job again is going to be telling you when to work and you when they want you there and what the rules and regulations are and all of that. What direct sales does is direct sales allows you to bring in an income around that life you already live. So what is your current situation as you're thinking this through? Are some of you, do you work full time? Do you work part time? Are you a volunteer in your community or at some sort of organization? How old are your kids? Are they the older type that has you helping them move in and out of apartments and has student loans that you're trying to help them with or whatnot? Or are they the younger ones that you're at the field and then gymnastics and then piano lessons and all the things that kids like to do and all the things they like, the opportunities you love to give them, which all cost time and cost money and, take time up out of our schedules, right? But they're the things that we want for our families. Well, having a direct sales business, you're deciding when and where you want to work. I mean, Carrie just shared, she's like, I love my job, but I was moving. I can't be a school secretary if I move. Right. So I needed something portable. And then here it worked out. When we did her launch party, Carrie and I actually, her home base was the same town as me. I can walk to Carrie's house.
That's right.
But still, her launch party was actually the online type of party. So I did the same type of party for Carrie, even though she literally lives around the corner and I can walk to her house. That I do for somebody who lives in California or Georgia or Texas that wants to join. So that's the flexibility that not only a direct sales company provides, but the current way of doing direct sales provides. Because yes, once upon a time, everything was bring the products, do a demonstration, you're in someone's living room, you pack it up, you bring it home. Whereas now, the vast majority of business, if you want it to be, is online. And then if you want to have those fun in-person events as well, you certainly can. And there is absolutely a market for it. But honestly, like Carrie said, I've been in this for 25 years. And when people say, what is your favorite part of direct sales? Even though I make way more money than I did when I first started, because I started only needing $600 a month to pay a COBRA so I could extend my health insurance while I was on maternity leave. And obviously in 25 years, I'm making more than $600 a month, right? But even with that and the travel trips that I've taken, the free car I drive from Park Lane, like all of those things are amazing. But the bottom line answer that I still maintain is that it's the flexibility. It's the fact that because when I started, I had 1 6-month-old baby. And now today I have 3 grown children, one still in college, the other two, the 2 boys only 16 months apart. And every step of parenting them all through the years has been able to be worked around everything I needed to do for them, everything we were doing as a family, every family obligation, everything at school, sports, music, all the things the kids did all those years. I was able to work a very lucrative business around those schedules. So if that flexibility is something that you're looking for, and control, because that's another problem right now, there's a big lack of control over what's happening. You can control your hours, your income, and all of that. So if that's something that you're looking for, this very well may be the right space for you.
Absolutely. I mean, that's why it worked for me. The flexibility and the way I could be kind of my own boss and do my own hours was what really helped me make a decision.
That's so great.
It's great.
Love to hear that.
I know. But I mean, I love jewelry and you love jewelry, but why jewelry as something that we do for direct sales? Why is jewelry the right choice?
Yeah, if you're going to get involved in any kind of sales, right, you want to know that you're getting involved with a product that is generally beloved and used by a lot of people and that has a wide appeal. And jewelry certainly does fit the bill for all of those things. Jewelry is something that if you're a jewelry lover and you like Carrie and I and like tons of our stylists that love to wear it, this was a no-brainer. They were buying tons of it before they even decided to sell. So why wouldn't you want to make money with it, right? And there are many of our stylists that were like, actually, I wasn't really a jewelry person, but I thought that the program sounded great. I like jewelry well enough. And at the time I started, I generally wore small things. I always, find that funny. Like when Jen Ewert started, like she always says, like, this is the type of stuff I wore when I was brand new, when I just started, when I came in. She said, but then, of course, as you're exposed to so much more jewelry and you become more inspired and you learn more style tips, all of a sudden, those are the things you wear along with the other pieces.
Absolutely.
So whether or not people remember, jewelry, too, is a top given gift. So women are shopping for gifts for other women in their lives. So are men shopping for gifts very often. We do have unisex pieces, so men definitely can be our customers as well. And there's always special occasions. We here we are at springtime. We have first communions, we have birthdays, graduations, prom, all the reasons why even just a special occasion jewelry lover is coming out to make a purchase. Absolutely. So it's important to know that if you're going to be in sales, not only that you choose a product that's beloved, that is fun, that's an easy purchase, right? There are so many direct sales companies that involve like a health and wellness thing. It's like, eat entirely differently and be a different person and sell this product. Whereas this is like, you continue on with your normal life,
right?
Wearing different earrings. You have new necklaces to wear. You're showing people how to accessorize their outfits with resources that we teach you, and it's an easy and fun thing to do. So jewelry is a super easy, fun product, I think, is the bottom line for that.
Definitely. To show people beautiful pieces that you get to wear yourself and then inspire them to wear. It makes you feel good at the end of the day because you make people excited about the product and they get excited. They feel good about themselves when they are wearing their new things and people are noticing and complimenting them. And I have
found a fun part of it, Carrie. I know you got that fun message. Tell everybody about when you got that text about the restaurant.
Oh, so my husband's cousin was out to dinner wearing actually this necklace that I have on, the hazy necklace. She was in a restaurant. Someone came across the restaurant to her and said, I had to come and talk to you. I saw that necklace on you from across the restaurant. I needed to know what it was. And I needed to know if it was real. She
oh my gosh.
went out of her way to see her. And I have had that is one of my favorite stories, but I've had people tell me things about just the joy that it brings them when they look at their new arm party that they put together because Park Lane helped them, or the compliment that someone gave them on the new necklace that they're wearing that highlights their own personal necklace that they wear. So now people are just, we're helping you feel good about yourselves and we're enjoying doing it. So that is what I love about jewelry. But why Park Lane jewelry? Like, what is different what makes Park Lane different than other companies that are jewelry?
Yeah, and that's probably why most of you are here right now, right? You know full well there's other jewelry companies. So why would you want to choose Park Lane over others? Now, one thing to know is that Park Lane is a family owned and operated business. And I share that because there are companies out there that maybe started as a family run company and somewhere along the way sold to some sort of corporate, and then everything changed, whether it was the feel and the vibe of the company to the actual programs. As things get taken away, programs change, and it's never for the better of the field from my experience. So when you have a company that was started in 1955 and that same family is there working that business day in and day out, that is really something to be said, because think about all that's gone on in the world for 70 years.
Right.
And that Park Lane has come out thriving through every single one of those historical challenges that have gone on through every recession or hurricane, COVID,
Right.
you name it. We came out strong each and every time. And it's because this is a family legacy company. And we're now on second and third generation Levine family members running this company. And they're so proud and teaching the business to every next generation that their family legacy company can be all of our family legacy companies, because we're so confident and assured at all times that Park Lane is not for sale. Park Lane will never go affiliate. Park Lane is a party plan direct sales company that they provide the programs and everything for the success. So that's really what we want to talk about next, are the programs, because if you want to be in sales, you want to know that the programs we have are going to support the programs that make it successful. So let's talk first about, let's say something as simple as the customer program, right? Carrie, how much do you find that your customers love the buy two at regular price? Those are the lowest two, and then getting 4 more at half price.
Amazing.
Bonus items, style drops. What do you find people love?
I find that people love the half price, and I find that people really love the bonus items. When you can get any item from the entire catalog line for only $35, how do you walk away from that? That's just an amazing. It's like they're giving it away to you. How do you walk away from that?
I mean, give us a shout out in the comments if you have an impression obsession. These are our most premier bracelets. They are collectors items. We have standard colors like these. We have limited edition style drop ones. And once you start this collection, you want them all.
Yes, you do.
Even though these are $188 retail, most of our customers take theirs for $35 as a bonus item when doing a regular buy 2, get 4 sale order. Many of them take it as a special thank you piece when they host a party. Some of them might even put I hostess one put the Northern Lights impression bracelet into the credit, where she was like, she wanted 2 impression bracelets. So one of them we put as the $35 bonus, but the other one we put right into her credit. She still had plenty more. She had over $500 in credit.
Right.
So she used 188 of it on one of these bracelets and then got a bunch of stuff with the rest of it. So when you can make customers happy, when you are providing value of getting spectacular deal on jewelry that is fine fashion jewelry. There's a big difference between costume jewelry and fine fashion. Yeah. Costume jewelry is the ones where the earring posts are making your ears red and infected. It's turning your neck or fingers black. It is turning really badly. These are all the things from that lower quality material that makes that type of jewelry, that type of jewelry. Whereas fine fashion jewelry, we have surgical steel earring posts, 18 to 22 karat electroplated gold pieces, rhodium silver, which is a platinum silver blend, the exact same that is used at a jeweler to tune when they dip a gold piece to make it white. Same material. We have natural stones. We have glass pearls, semi-precious stones. All these types of things are what make up our jewelry. And to then receive the buy two, get four sale, the bonus items, the style drops, of course, it's a fantastic value for high-end pieces that last for many years. I have so many customers that have said, in fact, just last night, at your party, I noticed that someone said on last night's party that we were doing,
okay,
she said, I have a piece that I've had for 25 years.
Oh, yes, Michelle
mentioned that,
yes,
right?
Yes.
And I said, it's amazing how often that type of comment is made at a party.
Yes.
And that just goes to show the quality that we have here and to be getting that on such a great deal. And what does that turn into? It turns into exactly what Kerry experienced. I love this jewelry. I love the sale. You know what? I want to tell my friends about the sale. Let's have a party.
Right.
So that's where, of course, our business growth comes from as well, because when Kerry was my customer, that's great. Then when she hosted a party, she had over 15 women come and check out the jewelry and shop. And then that allowed me to meet all of her friends. If Kerry had not decided to join the business, that was going to be, all those new women that would continue to shop with me. But even better, it was all those women that then supported Kerry as she decided to join.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what really ties all of these programs together, because the hostess program, where Park Lane is rewarding the hostess of a party with hundreds of dollars worth of free and discounted jewelry that does not come out of our pocket. Park Lane offers that program. So when Kerry's doing parties, when I'm doing parties, when all of us are doing parties, we're meeting the next generation, the next group of women that are going to fall in love with the jewelry, and the next 1, 2, or 3 women that want to host the party, that want to stay in our Facebook group and enjoy the shopping. And then from there are the ones that want to take that next step, like exactly Kerry did, and decide, let me take the next step of perks. Right. And I'm going to take my host credits and everything, but I'm also going to take that paycheck. And I'm also going to do these bookings because her friends, 3 of her friends wanted parties, and actually more had decided after the fact. As of when we closed the party, it was 3, but it's been way more since then.
Yep.
Because they were like, oh my gosh, I'm seeing all my friends shop and get all this free and discounted jewelry. I'm going to have a party too. So that's really where the stylist programs come in, because if you were to join a company and you didn't have the good sales, you didn't have a quality product, you didn't have a program that would motivate women to want to host with you, then it wouldn't matter what the pay scale was, because no one wants it anyway. Right. If I told you we have 90% commission, but the jewelry falls apart and we don't have a host program and you may or may not get your delivery and we just chuck the stuff in a box and people can separate it, wouldn't matter if the commission was 100%, nobody wants it. Right. So I like to tell you about those programs first, so that now when we tell you that the newest stylist makes 30% commission, including on the launch party that we do to get you started. So Kerry's party, I did the posts, I did all the orders, I took care of everything. But then when I sent it in, it got transferred to Kerry's name, and she got it had to be like $662. A $662 paycheck from her launch party.
Plus my free jewelry.
Right.
$900 in free jewelry. And it was mind blowing. I'm still in shock over it.
And this is what we do for anyone that's considering joining the business is let's book the party, because it can be turned into one of 2 things. Option 1 is you host the party, you get that insider look, and then you say, you know what? Yes, I want to keep that paycheck. I would like to do my friends' bookings so that I can make some more money with our help, of course. I want to jump in on the trainings and use all of the resources that you have and make a go of it. And in that case, You got the paycheck that's paying you back for your kit, for your hostess, whatever you, if you choose to buy extra things with your host credit and all of that, and off you go. You might do the party and decide, you know what, I got the close-up view, but actually I think I'm just going to take my free jewelry. Well, that's fine too. So that's why either if you know that you are in it to win it, you like what you heard so far and you like, sign me up. When we put up the survey to win the jewelry I'm about to show you, check number 5, put yourself as 5, sign me up now. We will book your launch party and we will get you all set up to earn that paycheck, to get that jewelry all set, ready to go. Otherwise, check the option that says, I would like to book a decider party. The decider party is the exact same party, but we just don't tell people you're joining because you didn't decide that yet. We wait till the end. And then if you decide that you're in, then we'll encourage everybody to, and let everybody know that you decided to join, and you'll be up and running, because the kit is only $129. And for that, with the current promotion, you get to pick out $600 worth of jewelry of your choice, and you get your professionally maintained Park Lane website for an entire year. So clearly there's no way to lose out on anything when for $129, you're receiving $600 and a website, your choice of jewelry, on top of what you're getting with your launch party.
Right.
Isn't that unbelievable?
It's unbelievable.
And that's, of course, just the money particulars. Never mind the perks. We earn, I almost just gave the answer, but tell everybody about the free jewelry that we earn every month, Carrie.
Okay. So there are, it's again, I'm still in shock over all of this because direct sales is so new to me and this company is so amazing. But just for doing our jobs, just for selling jewelry, each month we have a chance to earn $1,100 in free jewelry. So there's different levels depending on how much you sold, whatever the amounts are. Michelle, you might know them off the top of your head better than I do, but there's different levels, and each level you hit, you get a $250 one week, and maybe it's $300 the next week. You win an exclusive item another week that you're getting before anybody else is getting, just for doing your job. I've never had someone give me all of this free stuff just for doing your job. And the best part is you get to pick out the free stuff. So you get to have a jewelry shopping spree just for doing your job. That's my favorite. That's one of my favorite pieces of the Park Lane, the way Park Lane treats you. It's just amazing.
Well, because I know a big concern when getting involved in this is that people say, oh my gosh, am I going to have to keep buying jewelry?
Right.
And do some people sign up with us to feed their jewelry addiction and to get a paycheck on the jewelry that they do want to buy for themselves sometimes? Sure. But is that something that you have to do to be successful? Are you forced to spend money by constantly buying jewelry? No. Park Lane knows that you're joining this business to make money. We don't need you or want you to be your own best customer. We want you to sell to customers and then earn all of that free jewelry that, exactly like Carrie said, it's incremental. There's $250 packages, $300 packages. So some months maybe you earn $550, some months you're earning $1,100, some months, but that's how you build this up. And you have all of this jewelry that you do not have to purchase, that you can earn as you continue to grow your business. So we love that. We have leadership starts earning the Mercedes car program at first level leadership. It's not something that's only for executives. And while we're on the topic of leadership, I know that many of you have some sort of prior direct sales experience where maybe you were with a company and then you were starting to build, but you got demoted when people on your team quit, or you were working and your team didn't put in whatever the quota is for the month. And therefore the company either knocked you down in title or they paid you as a different level. Now, whenever I'm chatting with somebody on this, because I'm with somebody different every week, whenever I'm with someone who has no prior direct sales experience at all, like Carrie, I always feel like they hear this and they're like, that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
But for those of you that are hearing this, that are like, yeah, that happened to me. Yeah, that happened to me. Yeah, because it goes on in almost every single company on earth, where you end up demoted, or when the payday comes, it says paid as, and they pay you a different percentage that you thought you were getting because your team didn't meet the quota. Wow. Quota is not a word we use here. We don't demote. You are paid on your whole team all the time. In my prior company, you had to have your people in a certain pattern. And if they weren't in a certain pattern, then you would lose your title, you would get demoted. And even at certain titles, even in good standing, once people were further down than the special pattern, you still never earned on these people, which was something that always drove me crazy. Park Lane pays you infinitely deep all the time at your title for as long as you're here. So if that's something that you've experienced before, please know that that would not happen here. And if you have the type of leadership experience that you've been training a team, or you did at some point in the past, that you built a team and were responsible for like people's training and things like that, then you may qualify for our direct appoint program, which is how I came to Park Lane. I had been an executive at my previous company, and they offered me an interview here. And upon that interview, they decided that I qualified for sales vice president here, which was the most comparable title to my old company. And in my time here, I promoted again, and I'm now the next level up from that. That's how I moved from sales VP to company VP. And in my 11 years here, I have been able to help people like Kerry and many others who came here with absolutely no sales experience and just like, teach me the business from scratch, and people that have come here through various levels of leadership from many different types of companies in many different types of industries, and all to, different levels of success. So whatever applies to you, the no experienced person, the very experienced person, the medium experienced person, I promise you that we can help you, because it's not just me. We have an entire leader team that is always helping and providing resources. Kerry, I was so impressed when you started, because you took to our resources right away.
Yeah.
And I know that's something people are very concerned about when they come to a business like this, is like, oh my gosh, how am I going to know what to post? Or what do I say or do at my parties? Where do I get the things to post? Do you want to just do a little reassurance for everybody about where those types of resources come from?
So there's an infinite amount of resources that are given to you. First of all, your very patient leaders answer every question that you have. Second, there are millions of graphics that are made, and this whole system that's what they call boards that has everything that a post that you could use for every day. Pictures of all of the gorgeous jewelry. You're not out there graphic designing all of your stuff. Everything is there for you. And then learning how to host a party and learning how to help people shop and all of that. There are videos and step-by-step instructions for everything. All you have to do is open your computer and watch, and you will learn everything. You can take notes on everything. That's what I did when I didn't understand. I asked a question, but it's right at your fingertips, and you can access it day or night. So if you're working all day and you can't do it until nighttime, you can sit down and look at it all at your time and what works for your schedule. And that's what I loved. If you're an early riser and you want to sit there and learn things early in the morning, great for me. You don't have to bother anybody then. You can make a review of everything and then check in with someone during the day. But everything is there. You're not creating things that are beyond your scope. And the resources are just mind-boggling to me. Like when you're on the other side at first and you're watching people like you, Michelle, that were hosting, that were posting in your group that I was a part of, you're fascinated by everything and all these things that they put up. And then when you come on the other side, you realize like, oh, those are there.
This everybody.
This is how you do it, but this is how you do it. And everybody shares everything. Everyone is looking for everyone to succeed. Someone made a video in our group today of the new jewelry. They shared it with everybody so that we could all use it, not went and put it to themselves and didn't tell anybody about it. They shared it. That I find the most exciting piece of this, because everyone is looking out for everybody else. No one is looking. It's not a competition among your team members. Everybody's there supporting, cheering when someone does well, helping. I couldn't be on a party last night because my plane diverted to God knows where as I was trying to get home to Florida. And Michelle stepped in and did my party for me. Like that, I'm still in awe over the fact that she made time in her crazy schedule to be able to cover my party for me just because she knew I was in an absolute panic sitting on a tarmac in God knows where. So this is, I don't know how to put into words perfectly, but I don't think you find this anywhere else. And this is one of my favorite parts, is watching other women empower women.
You know, I'm so glad that you brought that up about the women, you know, empowering and supporting women, because when you're in this space, you know, not just like direct sales in general, but definitely Park Lane and definitely our team, what you find is not like you start to feel like that's normal, right? Like that, like everybody just supports and is happy and is cheering you on and all of that stuff. And then you return, like you'll be out in regular world and you're like, wow, people are really negative. Wow, people complain a whole lot, or, you know, they just don't have access to the joy and the support that we have on the daily here. So if that's something that you are needing in your life, like you want to work and exist in a space where people are happy for each other and women are supporting women, and resources and knowledge is shared to the benefit of everyone. Because there's no, I know that technically I'm Carrie's leader and stuff, but like anybody on this, I love Carrie sold almost double last month what I sold personally. And I'm actually a seller at Park Lane. But even with that, Carrie's a bigger seller. So she sold almost double that I sold. And at no time was I like, oh, geez, you know, like.
Right. You just don't feel
the best
that.
thing ever.
Right. You do. I mean, the people congratulating you, like everyone is so happy for you when you do well, because everyone has different goals. My goal is different from somebody else's goal. So everyone is trying to make sure that everyone is supported to get to their goals. And whether your goal is to have 4 parties a week and be a top seller, or bring home $300 extra every week, you're meeting your goals. And that's what everyone is helping you do, whatever your personal goal is.
And that's one of the first conversations that we have when you join, you know, like tell us what it is that you're looking for. If we were to turn the clock back to June of 2000, when I was first starting in this industry, all I needed was $600 a month because I was on maternity leave as a teacher. And what I wanted to do was extend the maternity leave past September and continue to stay home. And in order to do that, we had to pay the COBRA. The COBRA was $600. So that's why I went in knowing exactly what I needed to earn. And the woman who had recruited me said that she made $200 doing my party. Again, this was years ago in a different company. So I said, okay, well, if you usually make about $200 a party, then I guess if I do 3 parties, I'll make $600 and I'll have what I need. And that's exactly what I did. And then because that was pretty easy, actually, to do 3 parties in a whole entire month, I said to my husband, I guess I should shoot for $1,000, right? It was pretty fun going out. I was going out at night. The baby was already in bed and, you know, everything was great. And that month I made $1,000. The month after that, somebody wanted to join. That's when I quickly learned, like, oh, so you make more, like, as people join you. And thank goodness this was figured out quickly, because if I had gone back to school, I would have been going back to school, already pregnant again, and gone out on maternity leave again in April because I was having another baby. The 2 boys were 16 months apart. And then I had another one 2.5 years after that, in which case I gave up my FMLA and just stayed in this industry full time. But it was an important principle that I learned without even realizing it. Knowing what you want out of the business and just going and doing that is the path to success. When you know what you want, you know what success means to you. So that's why if I was earning $600, it didn't matter if my friend Fran was earning $3,000, because I wasn't in it for $3,000 at first. I was in it for $600, and that was going to keep me a stay-at-home mom, and that's what I wanted to do. So that's the type of conversation that we like to have. What Carrie's talking about here is success is what you consider to be success. And whatever that is, we're going to help you get there, and we're going to celebrate it when you do.
That's for sure.
So if this all sounds good, we are putting a survey into the chat right now that you can complete so that you can get into the raffle for today's free Jules chat piece, which is our beautiful sugar necklace. This is beautiful glass beads and natural stone pink quartz. It's perfect for spring. You definitely want this in your jewelry wardrobe. It is comfortable to wear. And if you complete the survey that we're putting into the chat now, you will be entered to win it. So thank you so much, Kerry, for joining in tonight. I always appreciate having a fun partner for these chats, and it's so great to have you here with us doing this tonight. I'm sure we'll have you back again for future free.
Thank you for inviting me. I loved being here. I really love people to know how much I love what I do. So I'm very grateful to you and to everybody at Park Lane for where I am today, because I just absolutely love it.
That is so great. Well, when you complete that survey, everybody, tell us what you think. And remember, 5, sign me up now, or click that you want a decider party. No harm in either one of those.
Definitely not. Free jewelry is always the way to go.
Always the way to go. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.